Wrist strengthening part 2. Now, if you're doing a pump class and you're doing the chest track and you're getting a sore wrist, or you're going through to the end of the back track and your forearms are actually absolutely throbbing, or you're doing a tricep track and you're just failing at the wrist, a lot of that might have to do with how you're holding the bar in the previous tracks. I mentioned in the last video about the coffee cup grip. See that lovely straight line through here? That's a strong position for the wrist. The wrist is going to find life a bit harder when you're off to the side like that. So imagine if you're bench pressing, whether you've got your thumbs around or your thumbless, as you bench press to the body, the wrist should stay fairly straight. Okay? We don't really want the bar sitting like this in the hand, because now every time I come to the bottom of a press, there's a on my wrist. That's just going to exhaust it. So the weight sits in the heel of the hand rather than here. Okay. That's also true under triceps extensions. I'm laying on my back, I've got my close grip, and if I come down like this and if I let the wrist buckle each time, the beginning of my extension again is wrist flexion. So I'm going to exhaust my forearms so that by the time I get to the bicep track, my forearms are already poked. When you're doing a clean and press, for example, it's important to exaggerate the movement through the shoulders and use the body rather than the wrist. I was looking at somebody last night and they were doing two things that were exhausting their wrist. One is as they were coming up, they were letting the wrist bend. And two, as they were coming under, they were exaggerating the forward push. Notice how much the wrist is bent here? Now there are times and places when you'll do that, but not in a pump class. So we want to keep the weight a lot closer to the straight line here, okay? Whether it's with or without a thumb, that's up to you. But imagine if I go to there every time, with a weight in my hand, I'm compressing that wrist each time. That load is going in here and being stretched in here. That means that the beginning of the press is again. So you can see how the forearm is going to get tired. So therefore, when you do a clean and press, use the body to extend, lift up, rotate through the shoulders. Notice how the wrist didn't move anywhere near as much. We cool? So that's some consideration for within your pump classes.